This second beast is the false prophet coming up out of the earth, or from the earth, since he is a man and therefore made of mud.
Revelation 13 verses 11 to 12. Then I saw another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had 2 horns like a lamb and spoke like a dragon. And he exercises all the authority of the first beast in his presence, and causes the earth and those who dwell in it to worship the first beast, whose deadly wound was healed.
The false prophet is going to be a wolf in sheep's clothing. On the outside, he will try to appear upright and holy, but on the inside, he is pure demonic. Satan will have full power over the beast and the false prophet. Satan will be telling them what they can and can't do. Satan will be using all of the power of the demons to convince the world to worship the antichrist. The false prophet will be some world-famous religious leader with influence and a large following to support him. Notice verse 11 says he has 2 horns like a lamb. He is not a lamb, but he tries to look like a lamb, but if you pay attention, what comes out of his mouth is pure evil. Thus, the second part of that verse says he speaks like a dragon, or says things Satan would say. He will have as much power as the Antichrist, and will show off his great satanic power for all to see.
Revelation 13 verses 13 to 14. He performs great signs, so that he even makes fire come down from heaven on the earth in the sight of men. And he deceives those who dwell on the earth by those signs which he was granted to do in the sight of the beast, telling those who dwell on the earth to make an image to the beast who was wounded by the sword and lived.
Remember that when Moses took the rod God gave him and went before Pharaoh, that Pharaoh had magicians who could do the same things Moses did. They couldn't duplicate all the plagues, but they could do some of them. Most of what has been called magic for centuries is nothing more than demonic power. I have seen real healing. I saw a cancerous tumor come through a woman's stomach and fall into her hand, and later verified by doctors the tumor disappeared. I know God still heals today, but I also know that Satan uses healing powers to fool people. He can put a spirit of infirmity on a person, then have some fake healer or false prophet, so-called, heal them. All they did was remove the spirit Satan put there in the first place. The person thinks some miraculous thing happened to them, and they misplace their faith in the fake healer. These are the types of things the false prophet and the Antichrist will do. The false prophet tells the worshippers to make an image of the beast, the Antichrist. Here is another huge clue for those who know their God. God stated plainly many times that we are not to make any graven images that appear to look like anything, and then worship it.
Deuteronomy 4 verses 23 to 24. Take heed to yourselves, lest you forget the covenant of the Lord your God which he made with you, and make for yourselves a carved image in the form of anything which the Lord your God has forbidden you. For the Lord your God is a consuming fire, a jealous God.
The false prophet is telling people to make an image of the beast, and to worship it because it was killed by a sword and is alive again.
Revelation 13 verse 15. He was granted power to give breath to the image of the beast, that the image of the beast should both speak and cause as many as would not worship the image of the beast to be killed.
This unholy trio bringing the beast image to life opens all kinds of possibilities. This talking image with power could be a hologram, or some form of an AI that watches everything we do, then turns us in when we do something they define as wrong. Do you have Alexa, Siri, or Google in your house? AI is everywhere now. There are even drive-through restaurants with an AI taking your order. Don't expect Satan to be using old-fashioned methods just because he has been around for over 6,000 years. He has helped science and technology progress for his own purposes. Well, fair is fair, I guess, since God also uses technology to further his purposes too.
Revelation 13 verses 16 to 17. He causes all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and slave, to receive a mark on their right hand or on their foreheads, and that no one may buy or sell except one who has the mark or the name of the beast, or the number of his name.
Be ready for whatever high-tech or low-tech method Satan will use to convince people to worship the beast. Understand deep in your heart that nothing this world can do to me, or my family, is worth me spending eternity in hell. Absolutely nothing. The Bible says you won't be able to buy or sell anything without the mark or the number of his name. God fed over 1 million people for 40 years in the wilderness and supplied them water.